All right, so this video is going to help you get going with Honors 5. One of the things it talks about in this video, in Honors 5, is a perpendicular bisector. So let's measure, first of all, let's measure how long this little segment that I just drew was. Okay, so this is, let me see if I can make it a little bit smaller by grabbing it. Yep. All right, so this is 6 centimeters long. So if we wanted to bisect that means that we want to cut it in half. So if you're bisecting something, you're cutting it in half. And for us, bisecting it would mean, since it's 6 centimeters, halfway would be about right here, 3 centimeters. So I put a little dot there. So now I know that's the halfway point for that. So that point there, point A, so I'm going to say A, and then I'll call this B and C. Put it out of order here. Point A bisects segment BC. In your lesson, they ask you to do a perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular means, so the next thing they talk about in this lesson is perpendicular. So perpendicular means that some lines or segments come together at a 90-degree angle. So if I have this segment right here, and let's call it DE, and I wanted to place, let's see, I wanted to place this segment, and I'll call this FG. I want to place this segment so it's perpendicular to DE. So that means I want to place it so it comes together at a 90-degree angle. So if I bring my compass over here, let's scroll up a little. All right, so I put my compass there. I'm going to mark 90 degrees, and I'm going to mark the bottom where I'm going to place it right over here and pull it down. All right, so now I could say that segment FG, I could say segment FG is perpendicular, and that's how you write perpendicular, to segment DE. And that means that FG meets DE at a 90-degree angle. And we haven't talked about this yet, but if this is 90 degrees and this segment is 180 degrees, if this is 90, that means that this side also has to be 90, right? And then on this one, that means this one has to be 90. So all of these, if this segment goes through here and it makes a perpendicular angle, it's perpendicular to it and it makes a 90-degree angle, that means all of the angles right there are 90 degrees. All right, so the two things we just talked about here are when we bisect something, we cut it in half. So over here, we're saying A bisects BC. Over here, we are saying that FG is perpendicular to DE. So in your lesson, it's going to ask you to make a perpendicular bisector. That means that you are going to try to bisect something, cut it in half, and make the segment that you cut it in half with 90 degrees. So let's take a look at this. On your honors lesson, the first question asks you to divide each side and make perpendicular bisectors for each side of the triangle. So what you need to do is you need to take a compass and put it on one edge of the triangle. So I know you could do this with a ruler probably and a protractor, but we're trying to learn how to do geometric constructions and try to learn how to use the compass to do these. So I want you to use this tool, use the compass, put the point on the one side of the triangle on the angle or the corner, and then open up the other side so that it is a little bit more than halfway across that side. So maybe like right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make an arc like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your, there we go. Don't change the opening, don't change the opening on it. Leave it open the same amount and put it on another edge, the other corner on that side. So we're not going to touch how open this compass is. We're going to leave it how it is, and we're going to put it right in the corner. All right, now bring it over here, and then we're going to make another arc. So if we look at this now, we can see that we made two arcs, and you can see they intersect. So one intersection is here, and the other one is right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line segment that goes through those 2 points. So you're going to use your straight edge, so like your ruler or something, to make sure that you're drawing a straight line that goes right through those 2 points. And when you do yours, you want to make sure that the ends like end right on the edge of the triangle. So now that we did that, I'm just going to, if you had your pencil, you could erase it. For me, I don't have that option with this, so I'm just going to make it smaller here. All right, so this segment should have cut this side of the triangle in half. Let's check. So we can see here, it's about 10 centimeters long. Yep, and this bisector happened at 5 centimeters, so it's exactly half. So that made it bisected that side. So we know we did the bisecting part right. All right, now let's check with the protractor, see if it came together at a 90-degree angle. All right, so it cut it in half. All right, so in geometry, we mark things that are congruent or the same size with these little tick marks. So these 2 marks would mean that these 2 parts of the triangle are the same size or equal. So we can see it's 90 degrees and we cut it in half. So we did the perpendicular bisector for that side. To do the other side, we're going to put the point of the compass on the other corner and extend the pencil to halfway across, a little bit more than halfway across, and then draw our arc. Without changing how open the compass is, move your compass to another corner, or the other corner on that side, and then make another arc. Where those 2 arcs overlap, we'll make the points, and we're going to draw a line segment through those 2 points. All right, so we finished that side. Now let's do the next side. So again, put your pointy part in the corner, open your pencil a little more than halfway and do the arc. Then do the same with the other side. Don't change how open your compass is, and draw the arc going the other way. Where those 2 arcs overlap, draw your line segment going through those and erase anything that extends beyond the triangle. Now let's clean everything up. And here we go. We bisected all of the sides of the triangle with perpendicular bisectors. In this next part here, we are going to bisect all of the angles of the triangle. All right, so we're going to get our compass tool and put it in the corner again, but now it's a little different. We are going to put it in the corner, but we're going to just make a little arc in the corner. We're just going to use our compass to make a little arc in the corner. So we are going to mark the spots where the arc meets the triangle and bring our compass over to that point, and then make a second arc over here. Now we're going to mark on the arc where it met the other side of the triangle. And again, we're not going to open or close our compass anymore, leave it the exact same. Put the pointy part where it meets. And then do another arc. And you can see here that those 2 arcs we just made overlap there. They intersect, they make a little X. So we're going to draw a line segment that goes from the corner of that triangle through that intersection of those 2 arcs that we made. And this is cutting the angle of that triangle into 2 equal halves. So it bisected that angle. All right, so to do another angle, we're going to again put the pointed part of the compass in a corner of the triangle. And we are going to make a very small mark on that in that angle. We're just going to make a little arc that goes through both sides of that angle. Now make a point where that arc meets the triangle in those 2 spots. And those mark the spots where we are going to place the compass to make the second arc. So put the pointed part of your compass on one of those points and draw another arc. Remember, we're not opening or closing it anymore. And now put it through the point on the where the arc met the other side of your triangle, and draw your next arc on that side. All right, so now we can see those 2 arcs intersected right here. So we're going to make a point there where they intersected. And we are going to put a point in the corner right here to mark right where the vertex of that angle, and then draw our segment. All right, so that segment here cut that angle in half, and here it is all cleaned up a little bit. I erased the extra lines and points. All right, so we've done 2 of the angles so far. Go ahead and try to do that 3rd angle using the same technique, and then answer the questions in your book about that they have based off of bisecting those angles.